Hey, how you doing? I have returned with more comic reviews, questions, and also intro for Battle of the Cowl Round Robin with Gotham Girl. But let me get started. Now, I'm going to actually start to change of pace. I usually like to do my independent books later, but I'm going to start off with one. This was a miniseries a couple of years ago, a 4-issue miniseries. It's been collected up in a trade, and I just recently finished it. It's from Andy Watson, who usually draws, but this time he's writing. The art's done by Simon Gain. It is called Paris. This is a terrific story. If you want to avoid superhero science fiction stuff, it's a really touching romance, actually. It's about Juliet. She is a American art student in the 1950s. She's studying in Paris, France, which is a fucking kick-ass place to learn art, by the way, in the 50s. She's commissioned by a wealthy British family to paint a portrait of a young girl named Juliet, who is, let's see, she's being taken care of by her aunt. I can't remember her name, but she keeps calling her Chap. And Chap is, what's the expression? A hateful old bitch. Really, really odd. I mean, she's not likable at all. So that kind of creates a little bit of tension because she just wants to, paint and make some money so she can keep doing what she wants, so she doesn't have to work in her dad's hardware store. And something interesting happens when she meets her. She falls in love with her, and it's just instantaneous, and she doesn't know if it's mutual until later. The problem is the family has their own plans for Juliet. There's just some terrific art in here. I love a lot of the work in here. I mean, a lot of these big splash pages of the city almost look like they have a whole bunch of stories going on in and of themselves. And there's also some clever shots to sort of suggest paintings and other works, like in the background and stuff like that. The characters are just terrific. Oh, here's a great, nightclub scene. I mean, it's just beautiful work. And the cool thing about the trade paperback, rather than the individual issues, is there are some notes which tells you all the different references in art. So if you're interested in a little art seminar, I can't go wrong here. I love this book. I just find it just a terrific romance. I give this 5 RAM chips. If you can find it, the individual issues or just ordering the trade, do it. It's not that much. It's only $10. I'd probably get the trade. Go out and find it. Now, to the mindless superhero stuff. Let's see. First off, Wonder Woman 30. The latest issue of Rise of the Olympian. Finally, the Olympian rises, and it is Achilles. Zeus has rebuilt Achilles, essentially. Meanwhile, Steve Trevor is back, and he takes over the organization that I can't remember the name of, but they've been kind of harassing Wonder Woman. Well, now he's in charge, so fuck that shit. She also rescues Etta Candy, who's been really fucked over pretty badly by genocide. She comes, picks her up, and she finds the society of supervillains that were based there, and she destroys it out of just pure anger. There's a funny moment where Felix Faust sees going on in the monitor and goes, "Well, I'm out. I'm done. I'm leaving. I'm not part of this." This is terrific. We also get a really ghastly origin of genocide. She's a kind of golem in a way, made up of the dirt from the sites of several genocides. I mean, it's pretty intense. I just wish she had a better look. It's kind of a little 90s for me, her look, but I'm kind of liking the character. And meanwhile, we have this thing going on with the gods, so everything's going crazy over in Wonder Woman. So I recommend it. This is 5 RAM chips. Also, Madame Xanadu, issue 9, still by Matt Wagner and Amy Reeder Hadley. It's pretty good. She's just tired of taken crap from the Phantom Stranger, and she's trying to set up a trap for him. She even meets Zatanna's dad, John Sitar, which is kind of cool, and sleeps with him, bangs him. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I've never really seen John Sitar in an issue before. He's been so dead for a long time, and I'm not even thinking in comic books he'll come back. So, but who knows? But yeah, it's really enjoyable, and the art is just terrific. Remember Amy was talking about how she was really proud of the interiors of this issue. It's pretty terrific. I think this story, first story arc's about to wrap up with the next issue, at least from what I can tell. Also 5 RAM chips. And all hail Megatron. It's kind of a uneven issue. The art's different. Shane McCarty still writes it, but Robert Diaz and Emilio Santanaluca is doing the art. The art during the human story, where they're fighting Frenzy, is a little off, a little too I did it on my computer look. But the stuff on Cybertron with the Autobots is, pretty good. Best scene, I think, is the stuff between Ironhide and Mirage. That's some good work. And not much goes on. It's kind of a setup issue for, the coming conclusion. But the best thing is Optimus does finally wake up, which is kind of weird. Like 3 pages earlier, Ratchet says, I don't know, he's pretty bad shape. Oh, I guess he's not in such bad shape. Maybe an extra scene would have helped that. I'd give this one 4 RAM chips. Still pretty good, but not as good as some of the others. Dark Avengers from Brian Bendis and Mike Deodato. The Dark Avengers are trying to help Dr. Doom from, let's see. Oh, I can't remember her name all of a sudden. Morgan Le Fay, excuse me. She's attacking them from different points in time, so they go about going back to where she is in 690 AD to kick her ass. Pretty good issue. The best part actually is the opening scene with Norman Osborn trying to help the Sentry find control of himself, because he has control problems with his other personality, the Void. He explains that he's always had that problem with being the Green Goblin, which is something I've never really totally bought, that the Green Goblin's a separate personality. I just think he's an evil bastard. But if it helps, okay. Pretty good stuff. I give this 4 RAM chips. Pretty decent read. Daredevil by Brubaker and Michael Lark. Pretty good. Last issue, Kingpin is in seclusion, and his life was kind of destroyed by Lady Bullseye trying to get him to get his shit together and go and destroy Daredevil. Well, he's a little smarter than that, so he goes back and creates a bond with Daredevil to take out Lady Bullseye. Pretty good, and the art is just beautiful. I love the snow scenes actually in this issue. I think it's really terrific work. If you're not reading Daredevil, you might want to give it a try. He seems to avoid all this crazy crossover crap for some reason. I don't know how he does it. 5 RAM chips. I'm digging it. Okay, had a couple of questions here. Tiger K-Op asked me, how long have you been a fan of comics? And I've been a fan of comics since I was 6 years old. I'm about to turn 38, so that's 32 years or something like that. This is my first issue, actually. It's issue 27 of Spidey Super Stories, co-produced with the Electric Company. Easy Reader says it's easy to read. And, it's written on like a 3rd grade Rob Liefeld level, and, it's cute and fun. It's something that 6th grade, 6-year-old would enjoy. So yeah, 32 years, I'd say. This is terrific. This is my heart. I don't care what happens to Spider-Man. This is still a big favorite of mine. And actually, I was going to answer another question, but I don't have too much time. Let me just say that this is the intro here to Battle for the Cowl Round Robin 2 with Gotham Girl. We're both going to talk about this issue, which I personally enjoyed, although I find it frustrating. This is issue 2 of Battle for the Cowl, and we'll be talking about it later. Until then, push the button, Lindsay.